Nobody comes and sees your deer anymore.
No. No, people come over and say, "Oh, is that deer you shot here a while back?" You know, see him on Facebook.
Yeah, seen him on Facebook. Can't remember if I liked it. I might have commented he needed another year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I need to kill another one of those.
We're live.
You going back, ain't you?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live. What's up, guys? It's another episode of the Redneck Outdoor Channel Hunting Podcast. I got cousin Cody here with me, and my dad, old Lefty, over there. They're scrolling through the photos. I don't think they call it scrolling anymore. And that's what we're going to talk about anyways, is how technology's changed the hunting industry. We got all these printed photos. Nobody does prints anymore. It's all
All on your phone, seems like.
Yeah.
Social media, Facebook.
Yeah, it's all online. Facebook's the worst, I think, as far as like killing hunting, though. Cause it seems like there's more people out there that just want to, get that Facebook post, kill that deer for that Facebook post and all that, and
Yeah, I'd rather bash your deer than.
yeah, you get all those guys too. And you get guys that are scared to post their deer on social media because everybody's going to bash it. People talk bad about it, whether it's too small or if it's a big nice deer and it's high fence.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Or
Yeah, must be nice. Yeah, but
Yeah, them photos are saved for life on Facebook, though. Forever, so. Yeah.
so are them prints there though.
Yeah.
as long as the wind don't blow.
yeah, or they get wet or anything. But I got all them on my phone still yet. But I think it's I kind of like the old school aspect of it, having something to look back over.
I like pulling an album out and laying it down. Kind of gets you in the mood.
Yeah. I don't
Bring back memories looking at photos like that.
try and decide when you get a bulletin board put in here, or if I need to make a scrapbook or something, just start throwing them all in there.
Oh, yeah, I like that trophy board we used to have down there at the school. We had a trophy
At
board.
old maintenance shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought about, doing something like that.
Good pictures on that, yeah.
I used to love that as a kid, go in there and look at the photos.
Yeah, I think every workplace ought to have a trophy board so the hunters can put their picture of their trophy on there. And
Yeah.
yeah, it might offend some people though. You never know.
Yeah, well,
We can just ask them to leave.
it's not gonna offend us. We can do it here. You can probably come up with one somewhere, can't you?
I can come up with a bulletin board.
Well, we need one. We can move that canvas over there, and we can put a bulletin board right over there. Hang up deer photos.
Yeah, it's kind of bare over there.
I've got 200 photos there. Be good to hang up. But also, it's changing. Hunting is, other kinds of technology like cell cameras and stuff.
Yeah, used to we didn't have them back in the 80s. Except we had when they come out with them handheld walkie-talkies that's supposed to get out for about like 5 miles range on them, and they might go 200 yards if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And you had to try to make out what the other guys are saying.
Yeah.
Then they kind of outlawed them. It said in regulations that you couldn't use them, and and then later on, cell phones started getting popular. And people, we'd text each other, hey, you seen a deer? You got one coming your way, and then that got outlawed or whatever. It got in the regulations. Hey, you can't use cell phones for.
Not supposed to tell them that the movement of game or something like that.
Yep.
Right.
So and then come along the cell cameras, and let's hope that don't get outlawed.
Yeah. When did trail cameras start getting popular?
I think it's somewhere. I really ain't real sure. They seem
Before
like
we moved out to where we live now, we had one You'd put film in it and hope that it was taking pictures right. We go to Walmart about once a week.
Really?
Yeah, do the 1 hour development, and sometimes it'll be all blank.
I know I never had one in the 90s. I know that. So that's
Yeah.
there.
I'm sure.
But I ain't saying they didn't have something back then.
They
too.
probably
that
had
was-
something, but
I bet that was probably around 05, 07, I imagine then.
Yeah, and then the first one I had, it really wasn't that great neither. It's when you put a card in it, and you have to take the card out, and then you stick the card in either a reader or if you had the little card that had a little micro mini adapter, you could take it out and put it in your phone and
Yeah, I never
and
knew.
look at your pictures on your phone that way, and it really wasn't that great. It was a pain in the rear.
I never knew how to look at the pictures. I bought one that had a little screen on it, and that wasn't so fun sitting down there at the base of a tree scrolling through them things.
the trail camera had a
Yeah.
screen on it.
Yeah, a little bitty thing.
Oh.
I don't remember what it was.
Huh.
That looks like a deer back there.
It was probably way overpriced too.
Yeah, they didn't work too well neither. It seemed like the reaction time on them, you might get the tail end of a deer is all you get when it's walking by. if you're just lucky, it's what you'd get.
Yeah.
They weren't near as good as they are now. The technology's really improved on the cameras.
I love cell cameras. Honestly, though, I got a few of them. I like putting them up and watching them for deer and stuff. But it's kind of like to the point where a lot of people don't have the old school woodsmanship because they put cell camera on a corn pile and they don't have they don't have to know how to go find deer. They just have them there,
Yeah.
know when they're coming in.
It kind of tells you what's in that area, what kind of bucks you got in your area, and without putting sin in there, walking in and looking around trying to spot one, So
Yeah.
it gives you a little advantage there for
Well,
sure.
that's nice knowing what deer's in the area. Like we like I say, we run just a few cell cameras and put them on public, and you can't bait anyways on public, so you're just putting them out on a scrape or whatever, and so you're not really getting a bead on the deer by the camera. You're just kind of seeing what's there, but then at the same time, I kind of like this deer Maddie's that she killed last year. I took her down to Sly Camp, and it was just to walk in and look at the sign, was following the rubs, and and
Yeah.
we found them red oaks are dropping acorns. It's dropping like crazy, and it was like, oh, we're gonna sit right here. It's real thick right up in there. That looks like a bedding area, and didn't have a clue what was over there. There's no camera over there. We never had ran any kind of camera.
Yeah, so I prefer it. Every deer I've killed after patterning with a camera, it kind of takes some of the excitement out of it. It's like it's what you expect, and we finally getting to lay hands on him, but
Yeah,
I don't know. It's not the same as well. Let's wait and see what shows up.
There's something special about that. Hunting an area you've never hunted before and not knowing what's out there.
Yeah.
Which even just running a couple cell cameras around, there's still stuff that slips through and bucks can come from a long ways, but you kind of got one that you're after. It ain't really I don't know. It ain't. It's something nice about that. Not knowing what's there. They make it sometimes where I don't want to go sit over there. I ain't had nothing on my cell camera in a few days or a week or.
Yeah, but come November, all that can change. You may see a deer there that's come from 5 miles away that you hadn't had on camera all year long. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a few stragglers.
you just never know. In November, you just never really know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
It seems like about that third week of October to middle of November pretty well.
I kind of like the hunt where I've been seeing the does at, and that's where you're going to see the bucks at in November. Where same places that the does are at.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's kind of pretty much any land we're hunting, all the public around and stuff is pretty well loaded with does. Nobody shoots them, so it's kind of like I don't know, but yeah, you're right though. Wherever they're at in November, I mean that's pretty much how you're gonna get on. But I like the last weekend or last week of October is always my favorite time. You know, everybody always says first
Yeah.
week of November. You always hear that,
Me
but
too. Around Halloween and stuff's good time to be hunting.
it just seems like
Yep.
a lot of bucks are getting antsy and just get up before dark or whatever.
Yep.
But it's like that buck there, that big one. I had it one cell camera picture of him, and one picture of him, probably what do you think, 300 or 400 yards from where I killed him at?
Yeah.
A little ways from where I killed him at, but kind of on the other side of a thicket. But
Obviously, it was in there the year before because you found his sheds. So.
yeah, but found his sheds after I'd killed him.
Right.
And they're chewed on and all that, but it wasn't like a, patterning type of deal. I just knew he was around there somewhere. Like it was, I think it was in October, so you're like, well, he's living around here somewhere. He didn't come from far. But
I miss the days of going to check station.
yeah,
Oh, I do too. I
Yeah.
do too. Ain't nothing like pulling up a check station, got a deer in the back. Even 20, 30 years ago when the deer weren't as nice as they are now. There's nicer deer out there now than there ever was back then. At least in our area here, there is.
yeah,
And it was something else to pull up there if you just had one that had horns on it.
Yep.
Good feeling for sure.
yeah. I only got to take a couple deer to check station. I was probably, I don't know, 12 or 13 before they went to online.
It's probably been about 10 years, probably, ain't it?
They used to a lot of
Yeah.
fire departments for check-in
10,
stations.
12 years ago.
In most counties, it was fire departments, but never was here in town that I know of. But I know years ago it was at a lot of fire stations. So,
Really?
yeah. We
So
used to-
checked one in. I killed my first doe. I killed a 7. Killed it out at Rose. And when Timmy had that lease, what do you have, like 10 acres or
yeah,
something
10
leased?
acres out there. Yep.
And I shot that doe 223, and Woodland
I remember that
Junction was a check-in station. That's where we
that-
checked it in at.
That's the one that stood up on its hind legs when you shot it, and it
Yeah.
flipped over landing on its back.
Yeah, 223. It stood up and it's like it was stuck there, standing on its back legs for just a second, and it just fell over backwards and was dead. Never kicked again, did it?
Nope.
And then that little 5-point I killed, I think I was 10. Well, no, I was 10 when I killed it out western Oklahoma. And I think it was a convenience store too that was a check-in station.
Yeah.
We had 2 or 3 check-in that trip, didn't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I shot a big old forkhorn, and
Yeah, your dad killed one too that
that
time.
might be
I
when
think.
he killed a pretty nice 8-point, I think. That might be the trip that yours crawled off. Remember that?
Yeah. I do remember that. Yeah. I've had a few get away from me. That one did too. So.
I remember a flock of geese flew over, and I hear a whole bunch of shots come from your way. I just knew you were shooting geese. 30-06.
Golly.
Shot 7 or 8 times.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Yep. If you hear one shot, good chance somebody got one. You hear 2 shots, it's a little iffy.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, they missed it.
We were squirrel hunting, not yesterday, but Sunday, and me and Trey are sitting over there, and Cody and Sammy are probably 100 yards the
Maybe,
most,
yeah, it's
the
pretty
most. And I got to the point where I text Cody. I said, "Hey, you need some more bullets?"
It's having some technical difficulties.
Pow, 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 pow.
It's single shot. It took a minute.
Well, I'm not kidding you. One time I said, "I know that gun's a single shot." It's like they reload it pretty dang quick.
Well, first go around, Sam's going to finish him off. He crawled off on us. And he's under a log, so Sam put the scope on him and shot the log. I said, "Give me that thing." And I think I might have done the same thing. I don't know.
I was proud of Sam. We had that squirrel. We boiled them to get the meat off, putting that in that squirrel chili, And he's over there. A little bit of meat left on the bone, and Sammy's over there picking it off, eating plain old boiled squirrel meat. There wasn't no seasoning or nothing, but he's just chowing down on it though, like it's going out of style.
Yeah. He's pretty good about that.
Yeah.
I wish they'd bring check-in stations back though.
I do too.
Because I think it put some camaraderie back into it. You ain't, you know.
We wouldn't need the social media to show your deer off and stuff, you know. If you had check stations, you know, because who you want to see it? You know, your buddies that hunt and stuff. You know, that's who.
That's
you want.
part of when we were kids. It was, you know, the check-in station. Then everybody come over. You killed a buck. It didn't have to be a giant. You just killed a buck, you know, and everybody come over and seen it, you know.
They're just trying to get your back straps.
Yeah, oh, good deer. Oh, yeah, we're going to throw them back straps on the grill.
You got any flour in
Nobody
there?
comes to see your deer anymore.
No. No, people come over and say, "Oh, is that deer you shot here a while back?" You know, see him on Facebook.
Yeah, seen him on Facebook. Can't remember if I liked it. I
Yeah.
might have commented he needed another year.
Yeah. He looked bigger in the pictures.
Yeah. Hey, no, I got a few of them that look good in pictures.
I can't make a deer look good in pictures. Save my life.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was bass fisherman in another life or something.
Here, Sam, take a picture of this thing.
Yeah. I was watching that video you had, that one you killed, and I think it was a camera shy deal. Cody walks up there and stops for a second. He says, "Grab a hold of that thing, Sam."
I don't care to be on camera.
I was like, I think he's afraid to get in front of the camera.
Yeah.
That's because that had been a couple years ago, anyhow. Though.
It's 21. That was the day after we got back from this elk hunt.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Opening morning.
Oh, you had a good season that season.
It was. Yeah, a new bow.
October 1st, he's already killed his first elk and a 150-inch buck.
And a grouse. Don't forget
And a
about
grouse.
the
You already killed a grouse, too.
I don't recommend it. It ain't very good eating.
Yeah.
We weren't hungry enough. I think it was first day.
I don't think grouse made the social media, did it?
I don't think so. But it might have been that little, whatever, $1.50 pan from Walmart, too.
I
Up a
don't
jet
know.
bullet, changed colors, so that might have been some of a metal taste.
I never put much stock into it, so I don't know. But since we got back from that, I've heard it a few times, like, "Oh, that's grouse, man. That ain't no good." It's grouse. I've heard that. Like people saying, "Oh, that's gar." I don't know. Maybe it's a northern thing.
I don't
Oh,
know.
that's a grouse.
People say gar's pretty good, too. I don't know. Slimy, I know that.
My dad said squirrel don't taste like squirrel till we made some squirrel it don't taste like chicken till we made some
Oh, no.
chicken chili with squirrel in
You
there.
just squirrel, fried up, whatever. It tastes like squirrel. There's nothing else that tastes like squirrel. I mean, now rat might. I've never ate a rat, but it could taste the same. I'm not sure, but squirrel tastes like squirrel. It tastes nothing like chicken.
There we go. Our next barn to table. We're eat some rats.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I mean, that chili you made of that squirrel chili. I mean, it tastes like chili to me. It didn't taste like squirrel, and the spices
That's
and
good.
stuff in it. You know, it tastes
Yeah.
like chili.
it's good.
I couldn't taste the squirrel in it at all. I just, I knew it had meat in it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I like squirrel. Though. I've always liked squirrel.
Yeah.
I like the taste of squirrel.
That little guy needs to pressure cook it, like you said, though, make it a lot quicker.
It
and
would.
come off the bone like that.
Yeah.
Still the whole squirrel.
And
in
we
there.
had a 3 squirrel pot with 4 squirrels in it too. So
You
we
couldn't
needed
get
a
them
bigger
all
pot.
down in there. There was always half a squirrel sticking out of the water,
Yeah.
so it wasn't.
They should advertise that at Walmart. How many squirrels fit in this thing?
like at I seen a picture on the social media of I think it was Lowe's or something. They had all the freezers
Yeah.
and 1 deer, 2 deer, but the size of the freezer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
We
guess
just fried it up like we did chicken back then. You know, just cut it up, cut the legs off, and and dipped it in flour and fry it
Oh, I
up.
know.
That's what we did. Of course, a lot of people don't even eat chicken fried chicken like that anymore.
Yeah,
A lot of
I
people,
didn't.
They want it boneless, and
Yeah.
I didn't like squirrel when I was a kid because Dad fried a whole leg, and I don't know, something about it I didn't
eat
like
it
it.
off the bone. That's why we always ate it.
Yeah, you get to chew on it for a long time. And
Yeah, sometimes squirrel, especially them old fox squirrels, they got kind of rubbery.
yeah, every
But
time I decide to fry one,
But
it's
when you're hungry, it was good. Pretty good.
yep.
Yeah,
I guess so.
sure was. It was a treat once in a while when we got to shoot a rabbit because a lot more meat on a rabbit. Like, oh yeah, I got a rabbit.
I've
Well,
been seeing a lot of rabbits lately.
I've since I've been an adult and on my own, that there's other ways of cooking deer meat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck in my ways, I guess. I like the flavor of the deer meat. I don't like to do a whole lot to it. I don't like to put a lot of seasoning on it or nothing. I like the taste of deer meat. I grew up eating it, and that's why we grew up eating it. And that's why I like it. But I ain't saying I won't eat it other ways, but I like the flavor of it.
That's what me and Cody were talking about the other day. Now we'll fry backstrap just for the nostalgia of it, 'cause it's how Dad does it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
why I
brings you
like
back.
it.
I
It's
like
kind
it.
of like taking a real good steak and putting A1 sauce on it or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
To me, it ruins the
Yeah, I
steak.
know.
You can't get the flavor of steak.
Yeah.
You're just getting the flavor of the steak sauce. So I mean, it's
Yeah, might as well
preference, I guess, whatever a person likes. So,
cook it well done
yeah.
Yeah.
at that point. But it's funny though, hear some of Cody's stories about Jody. And of course, y'all are twins and grew up the same, but sometimes Cody will tell a Jody story, and I think, that's Dad, 100%. That's the same guy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad whenever I think about things we did as kids and teenagers and stuff, and I can't remember if it was me or Jody, but I can picture one of us did it or said it or whatever, but because we looked alike and acted alike and kind of said the same things and just had the same personality just about, when we was kids.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was. It was me or him did it or said it.
Well, we about got in an argument the other day about that little 10 point there, and Cody's saying that no, that about charged my dad. It tried to run over my dad, and I said no, it charged my dad.
It was my deer, yeah. It about come at me, and I rubbed my bow back to hit it because it come at me and it right up the edge of the hill there, and tried to run over Jody and I want to say Robbie maybe or something there. With Jody right between them, and he thought I was going to run over him too. It might have been Sonny. I don't know which one of the brother it was, but.
We almost got in an argument with it. I went home and asked.
It liked to run over a couple of us. That deer there did it.
I said, Cody said that tried to run over Jody, and he's like, it did. Try to run me over too.
I just said what I got told.
I got a bad shot on it, and we went back and found it and looked for it and walked past it and then walked back again and ended up jumping it up. And I thought that dude was gonna get me. It was from me to Cody from me, and I reared back my bow and. Just about swung at it and it went up the hill and liked to run over Jody and I want to say Robbie, but I don't know.
Probably was. Yeah.
Grab
was
hold
Robbie.
of him.
Yeah, grab him by the horn, bulldog him. I think that is.
They're stronger than a guy thinks they are. You can get hold of one of them.
Yeah, I'd like to bring back the deer camp kind of stuff. We started doing that a few years ago, going down there camping, and the past couple of years it's turned into glamping, but it's nice to have the whole family there. It's cool to bring you kill one, bring it back, everybody gets to see it, but
yeah,
it's also nice to rough it down there, take a tent.
The actual camping, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then deer comes by, I say, I ain't gonna shoot that. And I say, hold on, it's deer camp. I'm gonna be the first one to shoot something,
Yeah.
I got more tags.
Yeah, that's something else too. Is that opening weekend we're doing deer camp. We're going down there and killing we're meat hunting. First thing that walks in, pretty much, and you're proud of it too. You come dragging the doe back and. Proud of it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Sitting around the campfire, camping like that, and just telling stories and enjoying nature, and that's what it's all about right there.
That's
it
what-
ain't about killing anything. It's about enjoying the company and you're with and nature.
Right. That's
Yep.
that's
Yep.
what I think. It seems like it's getting away from. It's because
Yeah.
that doe that you're tickled to death to kill and bring back to deer camp and show off. Oh yeah, and if you ain't got the deer camp camaraderie and stuff, then what do? You kill that doe and nobody knows about it, unless you post it on Facebook, and nobody cares if they scroll onto a doe on Facebook. Nobody cares.
No.
I know I don't. I care less to see deer pictures. By November 1st, I'm sick of looking at deer pictures on Facebook.
Yeah. Part of that might go back to trail cams. Guys don't want to all get together and hunt the same little area for a deer camp because, well, on this piece over here, I've got a nice buck coming in or that. And
Yeah.
so that might kind of kill some of the big group hunting.
It gets too competitive with people sometimes, with certain hunters, that it gets too competitive. And that's where I think they mess up at is this guy wants to try to kill a bigger buck than this guy here, and that's nice to kill a big buck, but guys should appreciate it when your buddy or something, kills a nice deer, instead of
Well, it's
instead
just
of
like I
making
was saying.
competition out of it,
Right. Yeah, well, that's just like I was saying. It's like we're on Facebook. By the time that, across the country, some seasons are opening, September 1st and all that. And by the time we're killing deer, here at home, I've already seen a couple hundred deer on Facebook. And maybe that's why you're not as excited, which I'm still stoked anytime any of you guys kill one, especially if we're, somewhat hunting together and I get to be part
same
of
here.
it.
I'm happy for anybody that kills one. If they're proud of it, I'm proud of it.
But maybe that's when your buddy texts you, hey, I got one. Maybe that's why you're not as, quite as enthused as, in the past because you're, well, okay, everybody's killing them now, but.
Yeah, and we all want to kill that big deer, everybody does.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that one that Robbie killed up there in Nebraska.
Oh, man.
Man, he was so excited. I never seen anybody so excited in my life.
Yeah.
He came flying up there in the forward. We was walking out of the woods. It was just about dark. It was dark when we were walking out of there. He said, I just killed the biggest buck I've ever seen in my life. Get on the forward. Get on the forward. We was probably 2 miles from down this dirt road from where he was hunting at. And man, I thought he was gonna wreck his Achilles before we got there. He forward fast that thing would go on that dirt road.
No, you'd been finding me. Or like Cody, he ain't leaving that deer.
Oh, he tried everything because I tried everything because I could not get it on the back to forward. He couldn't.
No, I'd been sitting there waiting. There ain't no way I'm leaving
Well,
that.
field dress 230 pounds, so without it being field dressed, that thing is probably almost 300 pounds on the hoof, and he couldn't get it on the back to forward.
Yeah, I think it's roughly a third.
You don't see many deer for frame like that.
No,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm telling you though, I shot something like that and I'll be like Cody whenever you took him on that youth hunt and no, I ain't leaving it. Coyotes
Oh, yeah.
get it.
Yeah, I remember that one well. Some of them you just don't never forget. That was Cody's first good, decent buck, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yep. You wasn't gonna leave that deer there.
What was you gonna do? Go back and get the?
I was gonna go back because they told us that at headquarters that if anybody killed a deer, they'd bring that Polaris Ranger in there and drive it to it as close as they could get to it.
Yeah.
And we was a little ways back in there,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, yeah, I'll go back and get the headquarters, have them drive it Polaris, and then we'll haul that dude out there. Said we can't. Said dragging this dude out, we'll be 2 hours dragging it out of here.
Yeah.
And Cody's like, I ain't going coyotes to get it. I'm staying here. I'm staying with my deer.
Yeah.
But it's funny though when we was in a tent, hunting blind. Well, hunting blind was sitting there in this hunting blind, and we're sitting there, and I doze off, and then I wake up and heard myself snoring. So I thought, oh man, I better stay a little more alert here. And anyhow, I told Cody, I said, hey, let's just go down this little trail and little lane down through there. I'd been down there earlier in the week and seen some good deer sign down. So let's go down there. Said I've seen some deer sign down there a little farther on down in there. Let's go in there and sit down there and see if we see anything down there. Yeah. And Cody's like, I said, I'm about ready to go home. Said, Dad's cooking backstrap from Kara's deer.
Yeah, she killed one that morning. We wasn't having much luck. I was kind of done with it.
This was the last day of the wasn't seeing nothing. I think it was kind of warm too, wasn't it?
It just wasn't a good day.
I just think a lot of going home. Said, I know Dad's cooking that backstrap. I would have wanted that backstrap. Like,
you had to have been 12 probably, huh? On a youth hunt, because it was.
That's when you only do it for 3 years.
12, 13, 14, wasn't it?
So I'm like, no, let's go down this little trail down here. I've seen deer sign down there about a week ago. Sign there, good buck rubs in there. So let's go down there and set for just a little bit, at least closer till dark. And so we go down there and, just sit down beside a tree. And I don't think we even got our feet stretched out. And here come that deer, that buck up the hill there. He comes to here. I'm like, there he is. Gotta get him. Raise the old gun up and boom, he shoots and, smoke clears. And I was pretty sure he hit it. And,
it was a muzzleloader hunt?
Yeah, his muzzleloader hunt.
Was it that same muzzleloader I got?
No, I got that at pawn shop.
Oh.
No, it was a 45 caliber Encore.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke cleared, and I'm like, I think you missed that, Cody. I think you missed it. He goes, what? So we got up and we walk over and look around, and I see the deer laying down there.
I didn't.
He's probably, he's just 70 yards down the hill or something like that, maybe. I see him laying down the hill there. And,
yeah.
And Cody's looking around on the ground, see it? Looking around and looking, picked up a leaf and said, that's blood on that leaf. I said, nope, that's not blood. That's just orange leaf, Cody. He throws it back. I think you missed it. And I'm watching that deer down there. I see it down there. So I just keep looking. You'll find it. Keep looking. Maybe you missed it. I don't know. And finally, you spotted it. You spotted it down the hill down there. It runs down there to it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Got backstrap after all that night.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that you're hunting with Dad though, because you and Kara both got drew in, so your old man was with Kara. But my whole childhood growing up, because you're a few years older than I am, but Dad said that. He said every year he'd tell me, yeah, when Cody was a boy, he'd always say, Dad gonna kill a bigger deer than you this year. He always said, I've heard that a million times that you used to tell Dad that.
I got put up to a lot of that.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, you probably did. I didn't want to leave him there, and he's afraid Kyle was gonna get it. Kyle's gonna get it. I can't leave it there. I said, Kyle ain't gonna get that deer. He said, yeah, they will too. I said, all right, if you want to stay here, then I'm going after some help and get this thing out of here.
And you left him there?
Yeah, left him there. Yeah,
Huh.
It was a while too, probably wasn't it? I bet
It seemed like a long time.
I'm guessing it was at least an hour, maybe or longer. Probably had to stay with that deer. It was dark by the time we got back there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was using a deer for a pillow. I just laid down.
Yeah.
And that's a feeling you don't never forget. It's laying there with that deer, though.
I was proud of that.
You can't. I don't know. Somebody that ain't ever had that, you can't explain that feeling to them.
No.
When you shoot one.
No, the excitement that you can't. Yeah, it's indescribable for sure.
It's something else, no doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, it's even just like a hunting trip. That's something that don't really compare to anything going on. Weekend deal hunting. With your buddies, it's always a blast. But
yeah, I love a hunting trip.
I just like to see you get back into some of the older ways. I've even debated just not even running cameras. I like checking them though.
Yeah.
I wake up and the first thing you do, roll over and look at your phone and see if you had a buck come through them. One of your cameras last night.
Yeah, all the guys that hang out at the check stations just wait for people to bring their deer and check them, especially open in the morning.
Yeah.
They'd hang out there, biggest part of the morning just to see what got checked in. And
Yeah.
I remember doing it a few times myself, kind of hanging out around their check station. And
It'd be nice if we open up our own little hunting club thing where, people can just show up and hang out and stuff. Drink coffee. Somebody kills a buck one morning.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Or diet do for,
Yeah, I got that dude.
Yeah, maybe we can do that.
That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
I don't know how many hunters we got at the fire department, but
Few.
few of us.
Oh yeah, there's a perfect spot. Fire department. We can go down there and
Yeah.
take pictures on the trucks with their deer. That might get frowned upon, but
But yeah, times has definitely changed. I mean, the check stations, that was quite the deal there. I wish if we go back to them times too as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even the Onyx has changed stuff. I've got 1 million pins on there, which I'm kind of like. You take me in the city or go to Tulsa, I'm freaking lost. Driving in the streets, I'm always like, it all looks the same to me. I suck at it, but I go walking in, I can show you where that old pecan is. It's right past that, right past that elm down there, down the bottom. I know exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
Don't take me one time walking through somewhere and.
I gotta admit, I use that Onyx myself. I mean, quite a bit now. I look at it when I get where I'm going to sit down at. Even if I'm familiar with an area, I'll still bring it out and look at it. And scroll
Well,
in
you
there.
can't beat it, especially property lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons I use. Make sure I'm not on somebody else's property, not where I'm not supposed to be.
And all these old fences and stuff on the core land and stuff, and you're like, oh, what the heck? I thought this was all public. And you look down there, and okay, it is public. It's just an old fence.
Yep.
And if I'm hunting with somebody, I'll look at look at my phone to see where they're at in conjunction to me, and make sure we're not too close. And
it's handy. I mean, all of it's handy. It's nice, but I like what we're doing with the deer camp and stuff too. Though we go down there and we're not necessarily after quality. I'm not shooting dink buck.
I'm not gonna waste my buck tag.
No, yeah. Not shooting next year's trophy, but we're putting smack down some does.
But if I could bust a tender one and its mama,
you done that year? Yeah. Golly. Yeah,
Why would you do that?
That was a zombie though. Me and you same sit. Well, of course we weren't sitting together, but
3 deer that evening.
But yeah, I'd shot one and Cody'd shot 2 that one evening there.
Mama came back.
Yeah. It's a blast though. That's what I'm saying. That's just dragging things back to camp at midnight by the time we got back.
It was late.
But then it was the next year of camp. We're like, we don't have to hunt that far away from camp to kill an old doe. Let's go a few hundred yards instead of a couple miles.
Yeah.
I think we had too much emphasis on quality the first year. Like thinking, we might get a buck if we get up there on that ridge back up there,
We did. I think we was going about 1.5 miles from camp.
Yeah.
For no good reason, really.
And then we kind of thought, well, we're down here for meat. Opening weekend, we'll get a couple doe in the freezer,
Seems like that's a mistake I make every year. I walk into a place, don't know where I'm going to hunt at, and think, this looks good right here by this tree here. And I'll sit down for a minute and say, no, I'm going to try to get a little farther up in there where I can see a little better up in there.
Go
a little bit farther. And about the third time I do that, I've done jumped them up and run them out of there. I was like, dang, I just stayed where I was at. They was over in here. And I've done it several times and just.
That's something that you can't teach, though. You can't learn. It's only experience to know how far to push in. When you're going to the. It's like, man, it looks like it's getting good. Well, maybe it looks better up there. How far is too far? Because especially that old big buck, before dark, he might only travel 50 yards during shooting light. He might not make it very far. So you got to get in close enough that you're going to get him when he gets up before dark, but not far enough that you're going to push him
out of there. Yeah.
So that's what you
There's
can't.
a fine line right there, trying to get that just right.
It's impossible to teach that.
Yeah.
It's impossible to teach all woodsmanship.
Yeah, it's just being in the right place at the right time. I mean, it just is.
Yeah.
And picking that right place is not easy.
I had a kid at work just last year. Of course, last year we had an awesome season between me and Maddie and Trey, and in less than a week we put 4 bucks down. I killed 2 bucks, and I took Trey and we killed another buck, and took Maddie and killed another buck. and it was just like boom, 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 boom. We just put smack down on them. It was great, you know. And it's like a lot of luck plays into that, and you know, and then like I said, a lot of woodsmanship too. Like on Maze deer, you know, it's a lot of luck on that, but it's a lot of, you know, we're following the sign and setting up on it and stuff. And well, I had a kid at work last year ask me, he's like, how are you guys killing all these bucks? How you doing? And I'm like, there ain't no secret formula. You know, I don't know what to tell you. It's put all the time in the woods that you can, but then we can sit down there for days and talk about like, well, you know, go scout, you know, this is what a red oak looks like, and this is what a white oak looks like, and, you know, you check and see, you can kind of look and see if they got any acorns, and are they dropping yet, or are there persimmons down there that the deer might be on the persimmons, you know, and this is a lot of rubs, this is kind of sparse rubs, you know, and, you know, that's a big scrape, you know.
You put enough effort in it, eventually it's going to pay off for you, but you got to put effort in it. If you don't, I mean, you can't kill one sitting on the couch.
Right.
You know, I mean, just,
you can't buy that knowledge that you get over
a lot of times
time
the bucks I've killed over the years has been a spontaneous deal. Okay, I think I'll go hunting this evening. You know, I'm gonna go over here. I'll just go over here, and it pays off. You know.
Yeah.
It just, you know, last minute. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and it pays off. So.
Yeah, and just pick a random spot.
Spot, you know. Oh, this looks good.
Never
I'm gonna
been
sit down
there.
right here, and boom, here comes this deer up here. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
which I like to know why I'm sitting and hunting this spot. I like to think, okay, I got a scrape here. There's kind of that looks like a bedding area to me. You know, maybe they're coming down here. There's persimmons down that way. Maybe I catch them before I go to the persimmon. And then it seems like Dad's more of a. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like just a known knowledge. Like he'll say, "Oh, this is a good spot," and I'm like, why is this a good spot? And you just know this is a good spot just off of like some kind of experience. I don't know.
It's just from, you know, just looking. Okay, this is a good spot. They probably come through right here, and I mean just.
It's just an experience. That's what I'm saying. It's an experience thing that you can't get off social media. You can't learn it off.
And it can be an area I've never really hunted before. You know, I can walk in there and say, okay, well, I think this is a good spot right here. And just
and it's.
You might just see one or two little rubs or something like that, you know, and walk past a scrape, and you know, okay, it's, you know, just, and sometimes you don't see a lot of deer signs. It kind of depends on the area. And
I think that's kind of an old school. You know, an old guy hunting thing, you know, it's just, you just have that knowledge in you of how to do this, you know, without explaining why you're doing what you're doing, you just know. But
yeah, it's just, you know, a lot of luck to it too, being in that right place at that right time, you know, just getting it right.
It's kind of like the difference in a degree and experience, you know.
Yeah.
Like you can't there's stuff you can't learn from a book. You can't look up how to kill big bucks. You got to get out there and do it.
Yeah, got to put the effort and time in it and do your homework. You know?
You can. With technology, you got your feeder and your cell camera. And
It looks like good feeding right over
it
there.
looks like
Definitely helps,
it looks
for
like
sure.
good corn pile there. Put a cell cam on there and see if anything comes to it. You can kill deer like that, no doubt.
Yeah.
It makes it super easy. You're in the right spot, you know. If there's a big deer there to be, you know, but it ain't that. And like you said, you know, you kill them like that, and I have too. You know, I killed one last year. We dumped some corn in the blind. You know, one of my 2 bucks was that way, and it's not the same as just going in a place and yeah, I had that deer on camera too. Knew him, recognized him as soon as see it.
Yep.
So you know, when you put hands on him, I already knew what it looked like. I had dozens of pictures of him.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know,
little
it's not
different
the
when
same.
you're patterning deer and you got him on camera. You know, 6:30 every evening he's right here. You know, or most evenings, and it's a little different than just walking into a spot that you don't even really know. You know.
It's a good feeling both ways. So, you know, you
It
killed
is.
that deer that you had on camera.
It's a good feeling, yeah.
But I just feel like it's a better feeling the unknown,
Yeah.
not knowing what's
I
out.
just know he's big. I didn't even see what he had going on. You
Well,
know?
that was the other deer
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
killed last year. I told Dad I shot a nice one. I think he had 5 on the right side.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I said, I'm telling you, he was big. But like I said, turns out I did have one cell camera picture of that deer, but didn't know that was the one I shot or nothing. I didn't have no kind of beat on 'em. I had quite a few different bucks that I would have shot, you know. But
That one I shot last year didn't have a clue. He's a 10. You know? It's kind of one of those Hance deer camp. That's a pretty nice deer, you know.
yeah, and that was awesome to
Yeah,
kill a
he's
deer
the
like
best one
that.
I've killed down there.
Yeah, especially on an open weekend deer camp deal.
Mm-hmm.
Kill a pretty nice 10-pointer. But yeah,
I usually get too excited and can't size them up anyway most of the time. I think that's a nice deer.
yeah, yeah.
Turns out sometimes that I've had them that turn out to be nicer than what I thought. And I've had them turn out, be not as nice as I thought they were. Okay, I thought that was a little nicer deer now, but that's all right though.
Usually I tell everybody it was a pretty nice buck, and then everybody's like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, man, pretty nice, and then it ends up being bigger. Like, I knew it was good. I didn't know it was that good, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, I guess we need to go get some dinner. So,
Yeah.
all right, if y'all stuck around this long, I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and we'll keep making them.
This thing off.
Dang, I wish I'd have got.
I'm gonna say it.